What's up, guys? Coach B here. I'm here with my boy Laz.
Major Gainz.
Yes, sir. And just wanted to take some time. We're out here in Orlando right now at a marketing event, but we were talking about why social support's so important for our clients and their success, and why not having that can really be the thing that prevents you from being successful. So I figured it'd be nice if we kind of talk about each of our experiences with that and what we've noticed is the most important with our clients and what you guys can do to sort of help yourselves generate a better social support environment if you're currently in a situation that isn't really giving you what you need. So, Laz, I guess my first question would be, with you and your own clients and in your own experience in general, what do you think is like the number one sabotager outside of when people sabotage themselves, but like with regards to their friends and family, kind of the misconceptions that people have about maybe do their friends really have their best interests in mind? How do you know whether or not um, you're dealing with folks around you that don't really have your best interests in mind? How do you identify that?
Well, it's pretty, in my opinion, it's pretty easy to identify that when you come around. We're talking about fitness, so if you're working on staying on your diet, you're working on going to the gym and being consistent in the gym, and people start throwing shots at you. Oh, you're going to the gym again? They invite you out somewhere, and maybe you decline, or you don't decline and you go and you don't eat exactly what they're going to eat. Even with flexible dieting, like we teach people, they can still go and enjoy with people, but they have to make smart decisions with their food. People start throwing shots at you, undercutting you, saying, you know what, screw your diet today. You don't have to go to the gym today, or rolling their eyes. They don't really have. They want to. Misery loves company, so they don't want you to do better because it makes them feel like crap. And when you start to recognize that, you either you're going to have to be strong and help them to level up, or they are going to bring you down to their level. I was listening to a quote by Les Brown one time, or a talk by Les Brown one time, and he was talking. Someone told him a story, and if you and I are walking together, and you're walking in front of me, either you're going to slow down to keep up with my pace, or I'm going to speed up to keep up with your pace. So if you see, you're either going to start your diet and start going to the gym if you haven't been doing it, and people are going to get inspired by it, and they are going to start asking you questions. They're going to want to do what you're doing, or they're going to try to drag you down. And that's really easy to notice. Some people might drag you down at first and then start to get inspired. But if this does happen, and it will happen from the people that you love the most. Mm-hmm. It will happen from some of the people that you think that it won't come from. It will come from everybody. When you recognize that, you will just have to separate yourself from those people. You might lose some friends. You might have to love some people from far away.
Especially while you're in the midst of it,
Yeah, when you're in the midst of it. But that's just part of the game.
There's a saying I really love, and it's crabs in a bucket, because you have got two types of people, and some people are what we call crabs in a bucket, because if you take a bunch of crabs and you put them in a bucket, this is what fishermen do. The bucket doesn't even have to be that high, because the other crabs, as one crab tries to climb out, the other crabs will reach up, grab that crab, and pull it back down to their level. So if you think about it, a lot of people have that mindset, because instead of allowing themselves to raise those around them up, be inspired, they find that opportunity to find a way to sabotage them so they can pull them back down and feel better about the fact that they're not really doing anything themselves. And the problem is that it's almost like the majority of people are like that. So chances are you're going to be surrounded by some people like that. So the best thing you can do, and I think you can agree with me on this, Laz, is you need to find the people in your life who are supportive. You need to be looking for that, and you need to surround yourself with them, especially while you're in the midst of trying to make this a habit, because at first it's going to be harder. And it's not until you've been doing this a long enough time that it does become a habit, that it becomes easier and you can start, being around temptation and things like that and handle it better. But in the meantime, you really need to surround yourself with the people that are going to be supportive. And this is why having a coach is so important, because having a coach or a coaching team is going to help you keep you grounded, keep you leveled when you're being bombarded with these negative messages. You're going to have somebody there that's got your back, that's going to be able to provide kind of that balance like a seesaw, and keep that positive side there to keep you motivated and keep you feeling good about it. And if you're a part of a gym or some sort of coaching group or something like that, then that's going to help as well, because you're going to be surrounded by other people that are like-minded, and it's just going to help balance out kind of that negativity that otherwise it's one of the main obstacles that prevents people from being successful. So, you got any other last minute thoughts on that, man?
Last minute thought. We're right now we're in Orlando at the John Maxwell team training, and one of my favorite things I've ever heard John Maxwell say is the 5 people you hang around the most, your everything that you do in your life, the car you drive, the way you talk, the food you eat, the house that you live in, the clothes that you wear, the music you listen to, etc., is going to be an average of those 5 people. So if you decide to change your life in any way, go to the gym, start dieting, and those people in your life, the top 5 people that you hang out with the most, are not doing that, I'm not telling you to stop hanging out with those people. I'm not telling you to stop loving those people, but you may have to hang out with those people less. You may have to love those people from far away, because you will be an average of those 5 people. So hang out with the people who want what you want. Make sure you are soaking up the mindset from the people who are doing what you want to do or have done what you want to do. And don't let anybody bring you down or throw rocks at your dream.
That's it, man. It's gold. Hope that was helpful, guys, and we'll see you around.